you. I So I just want to do a quick video just talking about autism, like how it affects me. Like when I was little, like in primary school, or even before that, in fact, when I was like a little tiny kid, my mum tried to take me to nursery, and basically, I couldn't go because I couldn't make friends with anyone, and I would just basically sit there and scream as soon as my mum left. Like I couldn't cope with it. So basically, I got to stay home with my mum every day before I started primary school. Then when I started primary school, it was absolutely horrible. I dreaded it so bad. Like all the other kids were like, "Oh yeah, you get to go make new friends and stuff." Because I mean, like your first year, well, your first couple of years, it's not really proper work, is it? I mean, it was fun. Well, mostly fun anyway, but well, no, to other people it was kind of fun. Like to me, it was torture. Like I had no friends. I couldn't speak to anyone. I would just walk around on my own, like on the breaks. I would just walk around on my own, and basically I would just walk in a circle, like just a tiny little circle, not even like a circle around the school. I mean, like just on one spot, like it maybe be a meter wide kind of circle, or I would just spin on the spot. And if someone tried to talk to me, like I didn't know how to reply. Like someone once came up to me and said, "Oh, I like your hair clasp," and I just kind of went, like it's I could not interact with people. And then yeah, so basically I went through most of school like that. Like I could not talk to anyone, and if anyone tried to talk to me, I wouldn't respond, and they would think I was rude. And actually, one time I decided that I should try and make friends. Now again, I didn't know how to do it, so on a break time, I literally just went up to this group of people and just, like, we're standing in a circle talking. I just went up to them, I just kind of shoved myself into the circle and just stood there. And then, like, they kept talking for a minute, and then they noticed me and they were like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, and they were like, "Oh, what?" Like, oh wait, I had one friend at that point, and they asked me where she was, and I went, "I don't know," and they were like, "Oh, so you're just using us because you can't find her?" And I didn't know what to say, and I just walked away. Like, I wasn't trying to use them at all. I was trying to make friends. I just did not know how to do it. I was just like, "Oh, just go and stand there. That must be how people make friends. They must just go and stand with each other." Like, that's how clueless I was. I'm still clueless. I don't know how to make fucking friends. I really don't. So I just sit home alone all day. People annoy me anyway, though. But yeah, so like once I got into high school, like I did have a few friends there. They weren't good friends. They would bully me. Like I actually got bullied by my own friends. But yeah, it was mostly people like that I'd been introduced to. Like if my mum's friend had a kid that was my age, then I'd be friends with them. Or like my sister's friend's little sister. Like people like that. That's basically the only people that I would have as friends. Everything was so hard. Like I mean, in classes, I would just, like, if I got stuck on something, I was too scared to put my hand up and ask for help. Like I would literally just sit there and do nothing. And I got detention for that one day because I came into class late, and the teacher was just like, "Oh, hi Lola, just take a seat." So I sat down, and everyone was working on this project thing. Like we're all doing these little projects, but he never gave me my work. Like the teacher kept it all in the classroom. He never gave me mine, and the class was completely silent, and I was too scared to say anything. So like I just sat there and did nothing. And then at the end he went, "Did you hand yours in?" And I went, "You never gave me it." And he was like, "What?" And he literally started screaming his head off at me. And then like I just kind of laughed. Like if someone's gonna scream in my face like that, I'm gonna laugh. Like I was terrified. Like I really was, but I just couldn't help laughing. And then he screamed more. Like I don't get why teachers do that. Like it's not like they think, "Oh, you think this is funny." It's usually not that. It's usually just the way they're screaming. It makes people laugh. It makes them uncomfortable, and they're gonna laugh. But yeah, so I would get in trouble a lot because of stuff like that. Like I just couldn't speak up. I couldn't. Like I just, everything confused me, and like I mean I wasn't stupid. Like I was in all the top classes for everything. Like I was technically classed as intelligent, but it was just like these other issues would hold me back. And then every year on my report card it would say like basically that I was capable of doing well, but I wasn't doing well because of things like not being able to speak in class, or just not turning up to class because it was just so stressful. Like I just didn't want to go, so I just pretty much stopped going. And then when I got a job, things were so, like, everything was awkward. Like, it was basically the same situation as school. Like, it just, things were so hard because of these kind of problems that I had, which people didn't understand because I didn't have a diagnosis. Like, I kind of knew I was autistic. Like, I knew, like, well, I always knew there was something weird about me. And it was, like, especially when I was a little kid, it was so obvious. But apparently my mum didn't want to get me a label, so I went without my diagnosis. But then when I was a teenager, like, I worked it out. Like, I knew what it was. But I didn't really say anything because I just thought no one would believe me or anything. So I just left it. But I knew what it was. But, like, other people didn't. And, like, see, if I did mention it to someone, they'd be like, no, you're not autistic. I'm like, how the fuck do you know? But, so yeah, I had a lot of problems because of not having a diagnosis, which was really bloody hard. But see, like, even now, like, I find it hard to do, like, going out of my house is hard. Going out into public is so hard. Going shopping, I feel like my head's gonna explode. If I go to a supermarket, I've been to the supermarket twice in the last couple of days because, well, the first day I was just trying to push myself, and I needed, like, Marley needs more practice, like, going to places like that. So, I felt brave and I was like, yeah, we'll just go to a supermarket and practice in public places like that. So yeah, I went there and it wasn't too bad that day, although a lot of people kept saying that he shouldn't be there, which I already said that in my last video actually, like, a lot of people saying he shouldn't be there. But then yesterday I went with my sister and my grandmother, and it was so stressful. I had to leave, like, when we were in the queue, like, I just had to leave my sister to buy everything. I couldn't deal with it. It was so busy and there was people walking into us and I could not focus. Like, I would just sort of standing there like, you know, like, I would just stare at something, like, pretending I was looking at something, and I wasn't. I mean, I was facing it, kind of looking at it technically, but my brain wasn't taking anything in, and that's just what happens when I go into shops. Like, I can't, like, if there's someone else in the same aisle as me, I can't focus. Like, I'm just kind of standing like, oh, I want them to go, I want them to go. So yeah, like, it makes everything hard. Getting on buses as well. I used to just, like, I would start walking to the bus stop, and then I'd be like, no, I don't want to get on the bus. I'll walk to the next bus stop. I'll walk to the next bus stop, and then I would just end up walking the entire way, which would end up meaning like a 10-15 minute trip would end up taking me like an hour. So I'd end up late for everything, and people just thought that I was lazy and I didn't care about being anywhere on time. But it wasn't that. It's just these situations are so insanely hard for me. Also phone calls. I can't do phone calls either. So, like, I really need to go to the doctor, and I've been putting it off for months, probably even years now. Like, I do not like interacting with people. It freaks me out, and I get all puzzled. And also, when people talk to me, I don't know what they mean. Like, if someone's being sarcastic, I think they're being serious, or sometimes they're being serious and I think they're being sarcastic, and it can lead to a lot of problems as well. Sometimes it leads to, like, big arguments because, you know, I take something the wrong way and it doesn't end well. And so, yeah, hi, Flagle. Hi. Kind of forgotten what else I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, and sometimes when I have a meltdown, it makes me shout at people, like, and it comes across like verbal aggression, and it's like, that's not the way I mean it. It's just I don't know, like, everything just gets too much, and I don't know how to react, and I just kind of lose it a bit, and people think I'm just being a dick, and I'm really not. Like, I honestly can't help it. I mean, the whole point in a meltdown is, like, you literally lose control. Like, I'm no longer in control of what I do, and I can't help it. So, like, I just wish people would be more patient towards people with autism, because, like, I can't help the way I am. I don't want to be like this. Like, I wish I could just be normal. Like, I just... Hey, hello, buddy. Hi. Say hello. Oh, gonna make Bible say hello. He just ran away. I'm so glad I have Marley now. Like, he's a bit small for a lot of the things I would want from him. Like one of the main things for autism dogs is, like, deep pressure therapy, which he obviously can't do because he's so small. But when I get my lab as my next service dog or assistant dog, then that one will be able to do deep pressure therapy. And I'll be able to do a lot of things that Marley can't do. and hopefully will make me more independent. Because Marley already has, like recently I went to visit my grandmother, which is a 4-hour journey on a bus. Now, like a year ago, I wouldn't have been able to do that at all. But thankfully, Bible's licking Marley's ears. Yeah, thankfully Marley made it possible. And yes, little buddy, I'm so grateful for him. I can't wait to get my lab. Everything's going to be wonderful. Well, no, it's not. I'm still going to suck. I'm still going to have the same problems, but it'll just be easier to manage and deal with things. Be able to cope better and be able to go out more places and do more things. And hopefully see friends more, because I never see friends because it's scary. I don't like it. Like, honestly, even just like seeing my granny and my sister yesterday was absolutely terrifying. Like, I had the worst anxiety all morning before I actually met them. But yeah, this is hard. Also, people say that I'm repetitive. Like, I am very repetitive. Well, again, I can't help it. My brain's repetitive. Like, all my thoughts are repetitive. They're just round, same thing again and again and again and again and again. I don't like it. I don't like it any more than anyone else likes it. So just be grateful that you only have to hear the odd repetitive thing from me, rather than having your brain actually going again and again and again and again and again. Like, honestly, be glad it's not you. Before I started recording, I actually had a load of things that I was going to mention, but I really can't remember them. I should have made notes. I also like sensory things, like sounds and lights. I can't deal with, like bright lights. I can't cope with, or loud noises and sudden noises, or being somewhere where there's like loads of different conversations going on at the same time. I can't listen to the person next to me when there's all these people talking around me. Like, my brain, like, it just won't block it out. Like, some people, they can kind of focus on what they need to hear. I can't do that. I hear everything at once. Like, literally every single thing. I'm just hearing, like, a bit from this conversation, a bit from that conversation, a bit from that conversation. And then I get all confused. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what did you just say to me? I don't know, because I just heard, like, parts from a million different conversations. So it's real, like, I just end up zoning out when that happens. Like, when I was younger, in the days when I used to actually go to the pub sometimes, like, all my friends would be having fun, just getting merry and having a laugh, and I'd just kind of be sitting there, like, rocking in the corner. Like, I actually would sit rocking, because it was that stressful. Like, and I would feel trapped if you know, when you're at a pub table, like, you know, like the seats against the wall, like the built-in seats, and like, if you're sort of in the middle, people have to get up to let you out. That would freak me out really bad. Like, I don't know if that's actually an autism thing or not, but like, I just felt trapped, and I would be like, oh no, I can't get out, I can't get out, I can't get out. And I'm like that on buses as well. Like, if someone comes and sits next to me on a bus, or if someone's like sitting further forward to me and they're, you know, they've got their legs or bags or something blocking the aisle, it terrifies me. I'm like, oh no, I'm trapped, I can't get out, I can't get out. And it's like, obviously I know I can just say excuse me, but it just really freaks me out. Hey Marley. I've forgotten what I was saying now. Oh, come on. Like, I don't want to edit this video, so I don't want to leave big gaps. Crap. You know, I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I'll probably make this like different parts, like, you know, like a sort of like a wee set of videos, and have different parts, talk about different parts of autism and stuff. Hopefully next time I'll be more prepared. So yeah, sorry this video's a bit of a mess, and yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and put a thumbs up, and leave me a comment. Even if you don't subscribe or leave a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I like comments. I really like comments. Nobody ever leaves me comments. Dropping my phone. Anyway, goodbye people. Have a lovely day. And yeah, that's it. Bye.